Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever Raven Report. I'm your host Morgan Randall, and joining me today, head men's basketball coach Tom Slider. Coach, how are you today?
Oh, we're doing great. How could we not be great?
Well, 17-1 on the season, a 14-game win streak. You're up to number 10 in the national rankings. Talk about how you've gotten there. You must be awfully pleased.
Well, it's we certainly are. It's really phenomenal to think about at this point in time. Yet we're trying not to think about it too much, and you know, our guys have really just kind of stayed the course for the season and really worked hard every day to try to get better and stayed very focused to make sure that you know, we don't have any let-ups. So you know, we're certainly off to a good start in conference play, and very pleased to be where we're at this point.
Yeah, maybe more importantly than the overall record, you're 9-0 now in the HCAC. Talk about that and talk about how you see the conference race shaping up.
Well, to sit here and say that we thought we'd be 9-0 at this point, I don't think any of us would have thought that. I think we felt like we could have a good season and get off to a good start. So, you know, it's kind of changed the conference race a little bit. We've kind of put ourselves in the driver's seat to make a push here to host the conference tournament, and we're certainly pleased to be where we're at now at 9-0. But we have a big road game coming up at Defiance, and then we finish in the month of February 4-3 on the road. As far as the rest of the field goes, you know, the pack, they're kind of bunched up. There's 3 or 4 teams at 5-4, and Transylvania's at 6-3. So, you know, anything can still happen if somebody really starts to make a downturn, or if somebody really gets hot at the end, since we've only started the second half of conference play. So, but certainly we're pleased to be in the position we're in and feel like we do have a good chance to possibly host.
Coach, what is it about this team that makes them successful?
Well, we just have a very determined group of guys, and I think a mature group of guys that have experienced the collegiate game, have had a taste of success in the past, and you know, really have a will to win that they bring every day. And you know, a case in point, the last couple weeks of the conference season, we probably didn't play our best basketball, but we found a way to win on the road. So credit to our guys, and hopefully we can continue that.
Well, let's take a look at some highlights from Saturday's win over Mount St. Joe. Coach, take us through these.
Our men really came out of the locker room focused. We got the opening tip and really took it to Mount St. Joe to start. We scored 4 of the first 5 possessions and went on an 11-0 run. Andrew Bowman just got a layup there, and we pushed it in transition. Brock Morrison hits a 3 from the right wing there, and he gets another opportunity with an assist from Andrew Bowman. And then you'll see that on an inbounds play, we go back to Ty Riddle in the corner for a 3. So Mount St. Joe calls timeout at that point in time, and then kind of get themselves settled down, and it's a ball game from here on out. They go on a 16-3 run, and now we have our work cut out for us. So have to go into the locker room and figure some things out.
As you would expect, the second half, Mount St. Joe continues to battle, and it really came down to the end.
Well, it did, and our guys were down 9 points with about 5 minutes to go, and we just find a way to come back, and Phil Hogan did a nice job of finding Gabe Miller there on the wing, and he hits a 3 to tie it, and then you'll see Brock Morrison and Andrew Bowman get some scores. Andrew Bowman gets an isolation there and scores it, and then Brock Morrison makes a 3-point play and gets the traditional way, gets fouled, and really gives us a big momentum lift. And then it comes down to, as in any defensive struggle, it comes down to getting defensive stops to win the game, and we got 7 out of 9 defensive stops, holding Mount St. Joe to 5 points in the last 5 minutes of the game. And Gabe Miller hits a big shot to put us up 3 right there, and then we have to get the defensive stop on Michael Romas, maybe the best player in the league here. Gabe does a great job of contesting his step back 3 in the corner, and just makes an incredible play on a loose ball situation here where the shot or the possession arrow was in Mount St. Joe's favor, and Gabe has the forethought to throw the ball in the backcourt as time expires. So big win on the road.
Final score, Anderson 66, Mount St. Joe 63. The Ravens move to 17-1 on the season, 9-0 in conference play. Joining us now in the Raven Report, first-year assistant coach Daniel Cox. Daniel, tell us about yourself.
Well, Morgan, I'm from Newcastle, Indiana, not too far from here. I had the opportunity to play at Newcastle Chrysler High School for the Trojans, Then I had the opportunity to go up to University of Indianapolis and then also to Taylor University, where I finished my career out.
Talk about what your responsibilities are here at Anderson.
Well, I get the chance to work with each one of our guys. That's meeting with them once a week for academic meetings. I also get the chance to monitor study table for the guys that are currently taking those classes. I also get the chance to recruit, which is a great opportunity just to go out, see new guys, meet new people, and it's always a fun experience. But also I get to do scouting, which, you know, whether it's Coach Osting or Coach Hetty, our other assistant coaches, they give me the scout. I get to put it in the computer, get it to our guys, and we're ready to go for the games.
Let's look forward to the next couple of weeks or so. Tonight you have Defiance, then Saturday a bye game, then next Wednesday night home against Bluffton, next Saturday at Franklin.
Right. Defiance tonight will be a big-time game. They come in there. We beat them last time at our place pretty handily. Now we got to go on the road where I know that they'll be looking forward to getting back at us. The bye week comes at a great time for us. You know, with 4 out of 5 on the road we just had, it'll be a great time for our guys just to take a step back and relax a little bit, take a few days off, and gather themselves for the final run. Bluffton, as you said, they come in with not such a great record right now, but that doesn't mean a whole lot with their win over Defiance last week, which stands out, and everybody in the conference took a step back and said, you know, you can't overlook this team at all. Franklin, we're going down to Indianapolis to play them, and they've been up and down this year, but very capable of beating anybody on any given night.
Wrapping things up here on the Raven Report, Coach, you've accomplished so much this year already. What are your goals for down the stretch?
Well, our goals haven't changed since the beginning of the season, Morgan, and those goals are to win a conference championship and to advance to the NCAA tournament. Those are the goals that we tend to set every year, and this year we finally put ourselves in a position to potentially do that. So they're still all out in front of us. As much as we have accomplished in terms of a win streak and winning at home and putting ourselves in a great position in conference play, we still haven't completed that yet. So we still have a lot in front of us and look forward to the challenge ahead.
Talk about what it will take to reach those goals.
Well, certainly we have to finish strong in the second half, and I don't know that we're going to run the table the second half of conference play. It's such a tough conference. But you know, I think a 4-4 or 5-2 record would secure a home game or a home host in the tournament, and certainly then we're playing at home and putting ourselves in a position to do that. If we would be fortunate enough to win out, I think then we're in a position to possibly receive an automatic bid to the national tournament. But at the D3 level, it's very difficult to get an at-large bid, and so the safest way to do that is to win the conference tournament. So those are the goals ahead of us, and we certainly feel like we're capable of doing that.
Well, thanks so much for watching the first ever Raven Report. Tune in a couple of weeks for our next edition. For head coach Tom Slider, assistant coach Daniel Cox, I'm Morgan Randall. So long, everyone.